everybody, Allison here, back from camping, and I have some goodies to share with you. I had lots waiting for me to open, and I have acquired a few items and been working on a few patterns that have come up. So let me see if I've piled it all up right. I wanted to share with you, I bought this darling project case bag from So Much to Love and offline. It wasn't a part of my subscription. I just dug it, so I had to get it. Too cute. I had to fix my camp flag, garden flag that I had hanging. It got soaking wet and everything else. Oh, my glove is still on. My hand going back and forth, it irritates my old lady ouchy thumb muscle right here. If I have a glove going back and forth around fabric, it doesn't bother me so much. This one, I don't necessarily need it, but my right hand, I do need it, or I do like it. Anyway, I had to glue down my flames as the rain that this flag sat out in was falling apart. Everything else is embroidered in. This is stamped, this is embroidered. It was applique. These were all real strongly put. Yes, this fell in the mud. Poor baby. Anyway, I needed to get out my fabric glue that I had from back in the day when I needed to glue sequins and Swarovski crystals on my daughter's Irish dance dress if they had fallen off. So I had that fabric glue in my cupboard, which helped me out. I worked on my bicycle piece that I had started in, I think, late December on our Greece trip. He's coming along. Just got to keep at it, and I did spend some time on it. I'm enjoying that. Had a little boo-boo that I had to rip some out and frog, and it's fine. Block of the month 2023 from the Quilted Forest on YouTube. You can definitely go there and acquire this basket, the first three. My dear friend Sally posted these, and I just couldn't help myself. I know that I had enough little spare fabrics to do these. So there's one. I think that's January. I think this is March. And I think this is February. So there you go. Got those done. I've got to find a little satchel or bag to carefully place those in, because right now all I have them is clipped to their patterns. Just took these out of the camper to share with you. This is an antique of stuff from my mom's house. The Broadway department store no longer exists, but boy, as girls and moms, did we shop there with our mom. My mom had a pattern in here. This is a receipt though for Claiborne and jeans from what year? Oh, 83. So I'm not sure why she chose, she just, I think, picked this bag up after to put this away in. I do love the fabric that this is made from. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So I do have this extra left over from making this apron. And it's right here. I finished it. This was the first thing I finished while camping. And it's an apron that goes around the back and ties nice. And Mom had the bias tape in there for me to use, all ready to go. Not quite the same red as the flowers. It's a little pop, but it's what she had in the bag, and that was Mom's work. So I did it as she had it in there. Put that back. Let's gonna slide onto the floor. The big thing I finished, or almost finished 2 days ago, was my 2022 Quilted Forest center. I ran out of blue fabric for the really neat keyboard almost. Woo. So got it all together. I switched it up a little bit so that the colors red or blue wouldn't be right next to each other. And so there you go. And I'll show you next time. I'm just waiting from Fat Quarter Shop the Belial Moda blue that is a part of the border, and I'll be able to really get that completed. What I've been working on even up till I started filming this is my Bountiful Stitch, which is the fundraiser for Fat Quarter Shop, and you can go on and get that for free. I ordered the threads and the bag. I have a feeling the bag is so big so that if you were quilting, you could put the quilt project in here. Here's the thread box with Classic Colorworks threads. Kind of cool. Thank you, Anna of Stitch Roadie, for getting me in trouble with that. I love it. But I have been doing the first month's work, which is the border, and I'm almost there. And I started that 2 days ago, so I feel pretty happy with myself. I'm getting there. I'll finish it up. Don't yell at me for parking my thread in there. I was just stitching this minutes ago. Okay. In the mail, I got my punch needle primitive. Can't wait to go through that. How darling. I really haven't even looked at it yet. So I love it. While today I was at an appointment, I was working on a project called, let's see, I don't want to give too much away because it's probably a wedding gift. It is the Silver Creek Samplers, A Perfect Match. My love for you will never cease. You are my missing puzzle piece. Look that up. I'm getting through the center part. And then with Twin Peaks Primitives, I'm working on Abraham Lincoln. Here's my expert, take a piece of cardboard and make a stitch or thread holder. That's what we did back in the day. And then I've got the collar made for it so that I'm not all monkeying it up. And it is my 725 project, and I am getting along. I know it doesn't look like much, but boy, 25 minutes goes by fast, and stitching on smaller stitch count, it doesn't look that productive, but I really am just stitching away on it. With the Sempre Pronto with Tempting Tangles, I am working on trying to get caught up. I'm 1.5 blocks behind. And so there you go. Antique Firehouse. I need to get going on the Tiny Modernist Make Today Magical. I have not started it, but I do have it kitted up. I was thinking I was gonna start that while on vacation or while at camping. This bag has my smalls exchange piece for StitchCon that's in June, and so I don't want to show you that. But it has to do with gardening. Starting this camping quilt is a part of my WIPGO calls for this month, and I took the giant bag of fabric that's over there on the floor next to my stitching chair and this pattern, and I did not get to it. There are days, a week left in March, I can get to it. And then the other call for WIPGO, they call 2, was my Gnomes quilt, which is applique. I need to get to that. I even took my light board, and all that happened to my light board was somebody knocked it off the bunk bed in taking a nap. So, I just had so many choices, but I did get a lot done. This basket arrived. I love, love, love it. I heard about it from, I'll post it up right now, some YouTubers, floss tubers that showed it, and I just had to have one. This is from the 1803 Ohio Farm baskets, and I just love it. Handmade with a wooden bottom. Gorgeous. So it holds my stitching. So that's what my works in progress are, and my hopes for works getting kicked off here. It's been 3 years since good old COVID started, and I was reading a magazine article about the things we've adapted to and made a part of our everyday life. And I think the most interesting thing is my own kids' ability to work from home, a choice that their companies give them. It's just so awesome. That would never in our lifetimes have been something we could do online. So I just think that's great. So when you've got a sick kid, or you've got, maybe you're sick yourself, but you don't want to call it a sick day, you can do that. I think that's outstanding. Let's see, anything else? I got a Creative Notions couple of bags this month, and they're catching up. I think they're barely at December or January with back order fabrics, and we're getting those. And I just loved the quilt pattern that came in, and I can't wait to, if I get to it, the navy and the teal that you need to create a whole quilt with what they sent us. It's just beautiful. I think it's called Butterfly Garden, and I don't know where I put it, or I'd show it to you. I put it carefully away, and maybe I'll go look. Here it is. They gave us 2 of these cool bags that are perfect size to hold a couple of, what are these called? 5-inch pre-cuts. And this is the Blissful by Danielle Leone. And just pretty, pretty, pretty. Maybe if I show you the pattern, I think you'll get a better idea. Creative Notions sends us a pattern for, I think in this month, it was a 24-inch butterfly table cover. Super cute, which we can not have to buy anything. We can cover with what they sent us. But this is called the Winter Garden Quilt, and I think it's just lovely. It would end up being 59.5 by 70.5, and I think that'd just be a lovely gift of a quilt. super easy instructions as well. So that's something I've put away and put on the back burner because I have plenty to get through now. But that was what I chose to do with what they sent us. She also sent us a really neat little bracelet pin holder. That was darling. Okay, that's it. Our next camp out is in April. We're going to Halama, which is in northern Santa Barbara County. We were there kind of recently when I was looking at the Monarch butterflies. Oh, that's the other thing. I have my Monarch butterfly fabric that I've got to get to. This has got to turn into a 20-inch Monarch butterfly panel. So this girl's got to get busy. I've got a deadline for that. Alrighty. I hope you have a really great end of March, and I will see you in April. Thanks for being here, and I hope you enjoy seeing my travel stitch journal. Enjoy. Talk to you soon. Putting everything away, I noticed my Bountiful pattern. All the pieces are fine except this first page, which fell into a puddle under our trailer. We had so much rain. I think you've seen it probably on the news. We even had a tornado in the town next to us, Montebello. It's been wild, but as I was putting this away, I saw, oh, this is all crispy because I laid it on the picnic table with some weights to weight it down once it dried. Man, it was an adventure, it really was. But you gotta love the weather. We even saw a coyote. A kid was using a radio-controlled, high-powered dune buggy monster truck thing, and he went down into the gully, like the riparian area, and middle of the day, a mama coyote came out and was like chasing him down with that remote-controlled truck. That was not nice to be over there. Anyway, that was an adventuresome moment. And we saw the poor shore is just getting washed away from the tides being so high. And hey, I have to let you know, I am so thankful for everybody and commenting and just wishing me positive thoughts. I got a certificate just like high school, or that I was a brave soldier and got through all my radiation, my 3 radiation treatments. I go back in 3 weeks for a follow-up on that, and I'll let you know. I was using my 2 hours in my holding pattern from my initial check-in and then my CAT scan, and then they formulate what the plan is for the radiation, and I wait 2 hours for that. And I used it for listening to my Celtic music, Mark Gunn, and listening to some cheesy podcasts and stitching away. And I'll include a photo. Thanks, y'all. On the 5 there at Dana Point, San Clemente, here we come. One of our favorite streets here, right off the freeway at Calafia. We head down Calafia, and the entrance to San Clemente State Beach, our other little address or paradise. Nothing better. Official check-in time is 2 p.m. And as we go up the driveway to the ranger station, we always wonder how much of a backup we're going to be sitting in. And the surprise is yet to come right here. I think we're going to be okay. It looks rather quiet because sometimes it's all the way down to here. Oh, looky, looky. We are in good order. Woohoo! Nobody is there. Well, somebody's leaving, but we're the only ones here to register. Right on. It's a weekday. We got our camp set up and then walked out on the point and saw that the ocean was rather placid. Looked like Lake San Clemente out there. Very quiet. No surf, really. Last year at this time, spring is like that. Oh, the light on the ocean is so beautiful. Love that view. The mail arrived while I'm sitting here editing this video. And from Fat Quarter Shop, thank you very much, I did get the Belle Isle to finish my Quilted Forest 2022 border. And Pat Sloan made my mouth water over this neat summer memories book, which I'm looking forward to going through. Yeah, beautiful. And then right here, I love.
Lupin right there.
Where's the lupin?
Right there.
Yep. Right there. And then right there. And such a pretty picture of the California coastal lavender. It gets a little out of control though, Jessica says. There are 2 ramps, drives down to the beach, and this is the steep one. And as Eric and I are walking down, we are obviously blown away by all the greenery growing on the walls. And then we're also a little concerned that it looks like it has been narrowed with the earth moving towards it. This has been scraped. The lifeguard trucks and the tractor equipment go down this road. I am real pleased to have completed this apron, and I am very surprised by the pattern. It is, of course, a simplicity, and it is dated 83. Further evidence that I'm working on my 725. Here's my trailer sewing setup station. I take over the dining room table and enjoy the view. That's good old spot 24. The sours. Oh goodness, yes, here comes another flood watch. Eric smoked some meat up beautifully. And the Ides of March. I finished my Quilted Forest blocks, the 3 months that I had missed, October, November, and December. Got those into order. I was pretty pleased with the way they came out. Wildlife. It's sunny. Oh, they need some grub. They're out there running around. Okay, here we go. They let me get actually quite close to them. This group was out on the group campsite in the rain overnight. We had 18 hours of rain. It started in the afternoon and lasted till well in the morning, mid-morning the next day. I found my Stars quilt fabric when I came home for my treatment, and I got the Peacemaker first month. Here we are coming back from my second week's radiation treatment, driving up, so happy to find our cougar that I nicknamed Flo. There she is, pointing out there, her nose on the, no, not that one. There she is, on the left. And hello, Flo. And then Eric's gonna back in. That sunset was magnificent, beautiful, and I shared it with my friends. Thank you, stitching friends. And thank you, Sally. Here we are at Dana Point Wharf. And the view was just so beautiful. We even spotted some seals out in the harbor. And then we saw the boat that was the noon boat come in. Lots of people on that boat, my goodness. And I was really happy to see that the population was far less on our tour.
The boat. Rest place is going to be the back of the boat. That's the most stable part. Head back there. Avoid those rest places. Besides that, Emily's on deck to help you guys out. So if you need anything during the trip, help moving around, anything else.
A few. Okay. Well, I'm going to I think I'll say that. It's a little bit. My name is Laura, and I'll tell you a little bit about the differences in our whales. So when you guys think of whale, you're thinking of the big ones, right?
Yeah.
These as whales.
Your wine and cocktails, coffee, hot chocolate. Lemonades, margaritas, mimosas, Mai Tais. You know, specialty cocktail menu down there as well.
I am going to indulge and read the first few lines of an Old English poem from the 10th century, translated, called The Seafarer. It is in the Exeter book. It is one of 4 surviving manuscripts of Old English. I can make a true song about myself, tell my travels, how I often endured days of struggle, troublesome times, how I have suffered grim sorrow at heart, have known in the ship many worries, abodes of care, the terrible tossing of the waves, where the anxious night watch often took me at the ship's prow, when it tossed near the cliffs. Fettered by cold were my feet, bound by frost in the cold clasps, where then cares seethed hot about my heart. A hunger tears from within me, a sea-weary soul. This man does not know for whom on land it turns out most favorably. Eric and I found a nice space up on the bow, and it was very enjoyable. That is, there is nothing, no wildlife, no whales, no beautiful views, my goodness. The Laguna and Dana Point and Capistrano Beach, gorgeous. But as far as whales, nada. Following the lead of another boat, there are bottlenose dolphin right on the other side of the boat, blocking our view, and we'll get a little closer. Common bottlenose dolphin live all over the world and usually like to live near the shore. They live at least for 40 years, with some females outliving males at 60 years or more. And they generally begin to reproduce when they are about 5 to 15 years old. Their exact age varies by population. Female bottlenose can reach their maturity before the males.
Nice.
Yes. And they are pregnant for 12 months and give birth on average every 3 to 6 years. Sitting on a California beach, you see a flock of birds flying just above the cresting waves in perfect V formation. As they scan the waters below for fish, the leader glides upward and then turns and dives into the surf below. In quick succession, the rest of the flock shoots into the water, resurfacing moments later. In what might have been an uncommon sight only a few decades ago, these birds, the California subspecies of the California brown pelican, have recovered from the brink of extinction. In the 1940s and 50s, scientists thought that they had found the solution for one of the biggest problems to plague humanity: mosquitoes. One insecticide widely used on everything from parks to beaches to bedrooms to forests was DDT. California's pelicans were not killed outright by the DDT. In their bodies, rather, the chemical altered the body's calcium metabolism so that they laid eggs with thinner shells. So fragile were these shells that pelican parents, trying to incubate their eggs, instead squashed them into omelets. I don't know why this guy's by himself. He must be the Lone Ranger. Where's his V? As we disembarked, the young lady gave our tickets back to us and said we could use them anytime since we saw no whales. And then a gentleman who is walking in front of Eric pointed out his Philmont sweatshirt, which is associated with Boy Scouts. It's a great camp in New Mexico, and he knew of it. This was in front of us. What, 8 surfboards from Arizona? I shared it with Clay, our son, and he said it was probably a spring break surf camp. Enjoying a few more moments of the sun popping through those rain clouds on the water. It was just beautiful. Eric created a neat little extra step for us, making it safe. And then next to our trailer, against the picnic table, we see a San Diegan legless lizard. We looked it up. Oh, do we have to go home? Ah, Sarah, let's get this place cleaned up and put away. Oh, bees! Eric found a bee swarm trying to find a new place. Wherever they were must have been wet. Some more rain came in, and of course then we had another break and beautiful sunset. Thinking of you, Laura Lynn. Love you. And it's time to get going and get home. Eric does a good job. Heading on out. Got to remember this greenery. We are not used to so much green on the ground. Normally it's patches of dirt. Getting on the freeway. Here we come, 5. Take us home. After a bit, coming up on the Santa Ana River here, it is like seemingly half full. And then as we're heading home, what happens? It starts to rain again. Enjoy 2023.